Hai guys, saya Jai Android King, professional drifter, racer dan sim racer. Kalau korang mencari racing simulator, datanglah ke Android King. Kita ada Trustmaster T300 steering, Logitech G29, Simagic wheelbase, Super Street racing rig, triple monitor setup dan macam-macam lagi produk. Saya ingin menjemput anda datang ke Android King, nanti saya bagi harga baiknya.
Okay, Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera semua. So, kita kembali lagi di episod ke-5 Dunia Virtual Racing. So, hari ni abang kat sebelah saya dia bawa Mini Cooper JCW. Tapi kita tak nak cerita pasal kereta ni dulu. Kita nak cerita pasal abang ni punya
simulator racing setup.
Wah, dia punya memang best guys. Okay, jom kita tengok video ni.
Nama saya Azman bin Abdullah. Saya berasal dari Negeri Sembilan dan saya telah menetap di Kuala Lumpur lebih kurang 20 tahun yang lepas. Daripada segi kerjaya, saya bekerja dengan salah sebuah syarikat JLC di Mount Kiara dalam perniagaan real estate ataupun property development. Dan saya di bahagian IT, menjaga enterprise application seperti CRM, ERP, project management dan sebagainya. Sebenarnya saya bermula dengan sim racing ni lebih kurang 6 tahun lepas. Sewaktu tu ialah bila ada anak lelaki ni, of course anak lelaki ni minat dia akan kebanyakan lebih kepada sukan yang agak ekstrim. Anak saya yang ketiga ni, Muhammad Alif Imran ataupun nama glamour dia Botek Imran, dia minat dengan sukan kereta. Semasa dia lebih kurang berumur 4 atau 5 tahun, sewaktu kami balik ke Alustar naik bas, kami duduk di seat belakang pemandu bas. Sepanjang perjalanan dia menangis. Dia menangis sebab dia nak pegang steering. So dari situ saya dapat macam tips sikit lah, yang dia ni sebenarnya dia suka sukan berkenaan atau aktiviti berkenaan dengan kereta. So bila dia berumur 7 atau 8 tahun, dia beritahu saya, "Bah, tolong cari steering," dia kata, because dia nak main main game kereta. Kan time tu ialah ada PS4, dia main pakai gamepad ataupun joystick kan. So dia kata, "Boleh tak cari steering kereta?" Saya kata, "Nak buat apa?" Dia kata, "Nak main game." Mula-mula memang terkejut jugalah kan, sebab tiba-tiba dia minta steering kan. Lepas tu saya cari, yalah kita tengok dekat mudah lah selalunya. So dapatlah satu set steering dekat Jalan Ipoh atas Master T500 time tu. So tengah malam tu saya call seller, dia kata dia nak jual. Terus saya cakap dengan anak saya tu, Alif jom kita pergi kat Jalipoh, ada orang nak jual set Transmaster dia. So tengah malam juga pergi, negotiate tengok barang okey, kami beli satu. Tapi kami tengok dekat rak tu ada 2 biji sebenarnya. Ada 2 biji. Tu kami kata, bang yang satu tu tak nak jual ke? Alang-alang datang kan daripada jauh, tengok ada 2 biji pula, dia nak jual sebiji, tanya yang satu lagi tu tak nak jual ke? Kalau abang nak beli saya jual lah, dia kata. Tapi tengok macam baru kan, so, berapa nak tambah? Tambah 200, dia kata. So yang first set tu saya dapat harga RM1,000, T500 RS tu dengan pedal, tambah 200 saya dapat 2 biji. So bawa balik, set up dekat dia punya study, meja study dia, betul kat sini meja study dia. Lepas tu bermulalah kita punya aktiviti berkenaan dengan sim racing. So puncanya daripada anak saya lah sebenarnya. So saya support dia punya intention untuk dapatkan barang-barang sim racing time tu lah kan. Selepas event ataupun momen kita dapatkan steering daripada Jalipoh tu, and then pasang dekat meja study dia. Lepas tu at the same time anak saya dia rajin tengok Facebook. Time tu dia umur lebih kurang 11-12 tahun lah time tu. Dia jumpa satu page, memang otai sim racing jugalah, page Azril Nazli. So dia banyak belajar daripada Azril. Next step selepas kita set up menggunakan steering Transmaster tu, and bila anak saya tengok page Azril yang dia time tu dah pakai DD ataupun direct drive, maknanya 1 atau 2 level atas daripada normal punya steering. Kami jumpa satu kilang di Port Klang yang boleh buat fabrication stainless steel. Based on discussion dengan anak saya, kita nak buat satu rig lah. Yang sekarang kita pakai meja, kita buat satu rig, kita customkan ikut track racer punya design. Kalau kita tengok dekat track racer punya design, dia pakai stainless steel piping tu macam roll cage punya piping tu. So kami buat dekat Port Klang dalam 2,000 lebih jugalah kos dia. Minat punya pasal kan. Itu rig yang kedua. Lepas tu bila tengok Facebook, ada beberapa jenis rig pula yang menggunakan aluminium profile. Saya study, buat R&D sikit, and then kita buat rig yang ketiga menggunakan aluminium profile. So start daripada rig design yang ketiga tu, bila saya post dekat Facebook, ramai yang komen. Dia kata, bang beli dekat mana profile ni kan? Buat sendiri ke, order online ke? Saya kata, saya buat sendiri, ada kilang yang buat lah. Sebab time tu tak banyak lagi kilang yang produce profile. Kebanyakan dia produce profile untuk buat macam untuk kilang punya purposes lah, nak buat dia punya line produk yang dia buat, yang dia manufacture kan. So bermula dari situ ramai yang tanya, bang boleh tak buat untuk saya? Bang boleh tak buat untuk saya? Saya kata boleh lah kan, saya tahu buat, saya tahu mana nak cari barang, saya tahu macam mana nak pasang, saya tahu macam mana nak custom benda itu. So lepas seorang saya buat kan. Time tu tak adalah kita nak business kan. Kalau kita markup nak profit pun lepas duit transportation, lepas duit masa kita lah, lebih dalam 3-4 jam kan, tak banyak lah. Saya tak anggap time tu sebagai satu perniagaan, banyak kepada menolong sesama sim racer kan. So bila lepas seorang itulah datanglah minat nak buat setup yang sedikit advance lah. That's why saya perform ataupun saya create company Galeri Esports tu. Sebab sebelum tu of course lah, bila orang nak bayar, bang ada tak account company, saya nak transfer kan. Kalau personal ni kadang orang tak percaya. Walaupun kita punya niat kita nak tolong, tapi itulah saya create account company tu, Galeri Esports Services tu. So daripada situ nampaklah sikit benda sebagai salah satu perniagaan part time untuk saya. Hari biasa saya design rig dia, lepas tu installation saya buat setiap hari Sabtu dan Ahad dengan anak saya lah, Alif Imran. Itulah bermulanya perniagaan sim racing Galeri sebenarnya. Kalau nak kata jenis customer yang berurusan dengan saya berkenaan dengan sim racing ni, daripada yang paling basic sekali sampailah rig dia berharga lebih kurang dalam 30,000 lebih. So yang paling basic contohnya dia pakai PS4, dia pakai seat, dia pakai single monitor, dia pakai rig profile lah. Kalau PS4 setup tu kalau saya jual ataupun saya tolong orang buat kan lebih kurang dalam 5-6 ribu lah modal dia. Mana ready to race lah. Siap complete, siap pasang, siap hantar. So 5-6 ribu tu just imagine dia punya untung macam mana kan. Memang tak ada untung lah kalau ikut. Kalau daripada segi yang paling advance, of course berdasarkan kepada motion setup lah. Kalau motion saya dah setup lebih kurang dalam 5-6 biji lah. Yang 3 DOF ada, yang 4 DOF ada, yang ada traction ada. So kalau nak kata daripada segi complexity of setup yang saya pernah pasang, sampai kalau yang ini yang paling mahal lah. Complete set dia kurang dalam dekat-dekat 1,000 lah kalau satu set kan. Okey, kalau in term of komponen rig ni dia ada 2 main kategori. Satu motion platform. Satu lagi barang-barang sim. So kalau motion platform ni dia ada actuator lah. Dia ada 7 actuator nak menggerakkan rig tu. Sebab tu dia nampak ada 3 level. So ada 3 level, platform dia, and then actuator. Ini motion punya setup lah yang akan menggerakkan rig tu. So yang kategori yang kedua macam seat kita kena ada, racing seat. Steering kita kena ada. Saya pakai Vertex DD1 yang kena ada lah. Pedal kena ada, because kalau tak ada pedal tak boleh nak drive kan. So saya pakai HPP PRX. Ini pun dah berjasa dengan saya dah 5 tahun dah. So tak nak tukar sebab dia punya performance masih lagi meet kita punya driving style lah. And then of course ada monitor display, boleh pakai 1 monitor ataupun 3 monitor, dan kami pakai 3 monitor sebab yalah kalau tengok dekat sini kita nampak side mirror kalau pakai triple screen. Kalau single tak nampak side mirror. Lepas tu komponen ada controller untuk motion. Dan ada yang belakang tu drivers, ada lampu-lampu merah tu drivers, dan terus masuk satu kabel ke PC untuk baca telemetri. PC baca, dia hantar dekat driver dia hantar dekat controller akan hantar dekat sini, actuator dia akan menggerakkan ikut pada telemetri bacaan daripada game. So ini basic komponen untuk motion simulator lah. Kalau nak kata impact perniagaan SIM musim COVID, saya rasa kalau saya sendirilah based on saya punya pengalaman, memang signifikan lah impact dia. Kenapa saya kata signifikan? Sebab ialah MCO time tu bulan 3 kan, kalau silap bulan 3, bulan 4, bulan 3 lah. Tiba-tiba memang ramai orang tanya nak beli atau nak dapatkan steering, pedal, shifter, even set ni. Banyak. Saya rasa kalau nak kata dia punya graf dia daripada macam ni kan, terus macam ni. Sebab selain daripada motion sim, saya juga macam personal shopper lah untuk sim racer. Saya banyak bawa masuk barang Fanatec, saya banyak bawa masuk barang HE, saya banyak bawa barang Coify, saya banyak bawa masuk barang daripada Simplicity, daripada DSD, dari Spear. Saya pun pernah order barang daripada beberapa jenama yang lain lah. Tengok macam Silver Cube kan, pun saya bawa masuk. Sing B pun saya banyak masuk. So during pandemic tu, COVID tu, memang banyak permintaan untuk saya beli barang. So yang paling seronok sebab barang yang orang minta tu yang sedikit high end. Tak banyak, ada jugalah tapi tak banyak yang tanya pasal Taskmaster, tanya pasal Logitech. Kebanyakan ni tanya pasal barang-barang Fanatec. So maybe dia orang dah buat research. So Fanatec tu time, yalah Fanatec ni kalau nak kata segi level dia lagi atas daripada Logitech, lagi atas daripada Taskmaster. So saya banyak bawa masuk during pandemic tu sampailah ujung tahun. So pada saya, pengalaman saya kalau nak compare sebelum dan selepas pandemic tu, memang tinggilah perubahan dia atau permintaan dia. Sampai kan ada juga yang saya ship ke Qatar, Abu Dhabi, ada juga ke Brunei, Australia pun ada. Tapi saya tak pasang lah, saya buat macam profile, kebanyakan profile macam ni ikut pada dia punya measurement, bungkus-bungkus, ship lah. Sebanyak, memang banyak. Pada saya, dunia sim racing ni ada masa depan. Kenapa saya kata dunia sim racing ni ada masa depan? Sebab kalau kita tengok dekat luar Malaysia, dia terlalu banyak competition yang kita boleh masuk. Cuma sekarang ni termah dia punya prize pool tu taklah sebanyak macam dia main PUBG kan, macam dia main CS2, prize pool dia taklah sebanyak tu. Tapi kita tengok dekat Malaysia ni macam yang Toyota, organize tu kan. Lepas tu sekarang ni XOX season 1, season 2, price pool sampai 30,000. So saya rasa industri sim racing ni akan berkembang, akan lagi maju dalam masa hadapan lah. Sebab lebih banyak syarikat ataupun pertubuhan yang nampak masa depan sim racing industri ini akan berkembang. Sebab dia bukan daripada segi individu saja, daripada segi barang-barang sim racing kan, yang especially yang susah nak dapat dekat Malaysia ni, macam Sim Magic. Sim Magic dah ramai dah yang jual barang-barang high end, because Sim Magic ni dalam kategori DD. So kalau nak kata industri sim racing ni, saya rasa akan berkembang sebab dah makin ramai yang orang participate dalam industri ni, yang provide services, yang jual barang-barang sim racing, dan harga diorang pun terlalu menarik kalau kita bandingkan kalau kita beli online kan. Satu lagi, saya tengah berurusan dengan satu syarikat di Sarawak. Dia nak buat satu sim center di Sarawak, first sim center di Sarawak. Saya pun dah dapat beberapa order. Contohnya dia nak order atas master RSGT 7 biji, seat 7 biji, PC. In fact, saya bagi dia satu set simulator dekat syarikat di Sarawak tu. Chief Minister sendiri yang officiate seremoni tu, dia yang test saya punya setup tu. Boleh tengok dekat YouTube lah. Sebab tu saya rasa industri sim racing ni akan berkembang dan terus berkembang di masa depan. Sebab dia bukan orang-orang yang dewasa saja yang boleh bawa ataupun berkecimpung dalam dunia sim racing ni. Even budak-budak kan, kalau kita tengok XOX punya race tu, ramai yang muda, belasan tahun pun ada, dan dia orang tu bagus. So dia punya usia daripada kecil sampai ke besar, sampai ke tua kan, pun boleh, masih lagi boleh berkecimpung dalam dunia sim racing ni. So industri dia saya rasa akan terus berkembang dan berkembang.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final race of the XOX Unity League Season 2. A very, very special broadcast, a treat especial for all of you guys out there, and a treat for the guys on track as well, as we're showcasing the rookie class for this season. It's been running in parallel with the AM Championship over the course of the previous 5 weeks. So for round 6, we're going to give them a special little space there. We're at the Nurburgring Grand Prix track, and I'm going to be your host for this evening, Max Palmer. With me in the studio is Encik Bob. Apa khabar Encik Bob?
Khabar baik, selamat raya sekali lagi.
Yeah, itu dia. So before we move further along, just a reminder, we do have a giveaway tonight for the Viewers Precision Sim Racing Simulator mat for one of you guys out there. Remember to tag 3 of your friends and answer the very special question that will be around the halfway mark of the race. 40-minute race for these guys, which will be a first for the rookie class. They've been racing in 25-minute races without a pit stop. This time they're going to ape the Pro and Am class and do the same exact race format as the pros have been doing for the first 5 rounds of the championship. Before then, a special thanks goes out to our sponsors, XOX and 1XOX. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do here, alongside our racing partners TKKR, our event partner Macpie, along with our supporters Android King and Precision Sim Racing, and our media partners Galeri Kereta.
Okey, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, sekali lagi macam biasa kita ada giveaway pada malam ni. Teruskan bersama kami dan mungkin anda pemenangnya pada malam ini.
Itu dia. So pada malam ni kita akan ada sebenarnya tu cantik. So as you can see there, the rookies also have quite a bit of a prize pool going for them. First place in the rookies class for the teams, 1,200 ringgit up for grabs, and in the driver category, 850 ringgit is up for grabs. Not bad work for 6 weeks of competition. dalam rookie pun kita punya harga price top price tu pun agak lumayan juga ya.
Memang lumayan bang, mana nak cari bang. Sekarang ni event tak ada, apa tak ada. Tapi nasib baik kita ada e-event iaitu XOX Unity League iRacing yang kami bawakan khas untuk anda. Ada menarik, siapa tak nak?
Itu dia, betul juga. So as you can see there in the comment section, Sharon Nufudin untuk go good luck at neraka hijau, banyak makan orang dah hutan ni. Itu semalam. So yesterday we were at the Green Hell, now we're at what they call the Green Party Ring, and that's because of a huge music festival that is held on this circuit. Zero Blinker there, last race of the season. Good luck to all the drivers. Yes indeed, good luck to all of the guys who are going to be racing out there, showcasing the talent that is in the rookie class. A few interesting names as well that are in the race out there on track. Probably a couple of familiar names there. Now the classes were divided by time and time alone for this season, so we could see quite a few drivers who are perhaps not as quick getting into the rookie class. So far, Jay Chong is the fastest man out on the field, with Chok Fun Pang in second place, Dominic Ang in third, with Ruben Wong in fourth, Hisham in fifth place, followed by Jeffrey Con in sixth.
Okey tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kita sedang bersiaran di XOX Unity League iRacing pada malam ini, dan kami minta jasa baik tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang baru menyaksikan siaran live ini, supaya dapat, macam biasalah, kita minta tuan-tuan dapat sharekan live streaming ini di laman-laman sosial anda. Thank you.
Itu dia. So right now, as you can see there, this series has been quite competitive when it comes to the cars. So we've got the McLarens, the BMWs and the Porsches all running at the same sort of pace. So this is the most varied class you're going to see. Not as many drivers as the other two classes here, but with 12 drivers out on track, they're all driving their hardest to try and win the last round of the championship. Will be very interesting indeed. And we have a very close teams battle as well, with the two URT teams only 1 point apart.
Okey, Muhammad Hafizullah, last race. Ya bang, diam tak diam kita dah bersiaran selama beberapa minggu, dan akhirnya ini adalah merupakan race kita yang terakhir, Max. Sedih sekali aku, Max.
Itu dia. So now we're going to head into the qualifying session right now. Ini qualifying terakhir kami pada season ni, so memang mendebarkan juga. Nurburgring Grand Prix layout, so it's 5.1 kilometers in length roughly, and a very famous track, first used in Formula 1 in 1984. The first race there was in standard production Mercedes-Benzes, and it was won by Ayrton Senna, beating the likes of Niki Lauda and Alain Prost. So that was quite unique because, of course, Ayrton Senna was in his first season, and he also was racing at this track all the way up to the final season that he raced there. Last race, I believe, was in 2015. I could be wrong there, but they're heading out on track right now. For the qualifying session, Chok Fun Pang will be the first man to try and set a quick lap time. But for now, let's sit there and enjoy the nice serenading sounds of the BMW. Ada chance besar juga yang mungkin BMW akan menang race ni.
Yang ni malam ni kita dapat, yang ni dia tak ada nampak macam sebelum-sebelum ni. Di rookie ni kita dapat tengok, kita boleh kata balance. Ada BMW pun ada, McLaren pun ada, Porsche pun ada lah. Tak macam M dan juga Pro. So malam ni untuk rookie, awak rasa siapa pelumba favourite anda, Max?
Memang agak susah juga sebab walaupun nama kelas ni rookie, tetapi ada juga beberapa pelumba yang boleh dikirakan agak handal juga. Chok Fun Pang bukan salah satu driver.
Diorang ni bukan calang-calang tau. Di dunia betul, mereka memang pemandu-pemandu yang handal, pelumba di Malaysia dan juga luar negara.
Ya betul. So we've got Chok Fun Pang there, Dominic Ang, another one of the URT drivers. For those of you who don't know, URT or Uncle Racing Team, those are the drivers that come from the real world of motorsports, and they're taking on the simulated challenge right now. So very interesting.
Yang ni menarik perhatian aku. Bila dah sampai ke episod terakhir, baru aku tahu URT tu Uncle
Racing Team.
Uncle Racing Team. Ya Allah, aku baru tahu baik. Kenapa nama tu bang?
Sebab pengalaman besar dekat track, dekat dunia sebenar. So Dominic Ang pun dah boleh dikira, ni semua boleh dikira otai-otai lah. Ruben Wong pun berapa tahun dah berlumba dekat track. So itulah kira rahsia kenapa dia URT.
Itu betul. Tak dinafikan mereka memang pelumba-pelumba yang berpengalaman dan juga otai kat Malaysia. Tapi sedihnya buat aku, dah episod akhir baru aku tahu apa benda URT itu. Rupanya Uncle Racing Team.
Ya, itu dia. So Dominic Ang, salah satu pemandu kalau tak silap daripada pasukan Petronas dan pasukan Viper Niza. Sekarang berlumba dengan URT Red. So he's lagi satu boleh dikirakan favourite jugalah. So Chok Fun Pang, Dominic Ang, Ruben Wong semua boleh dikirakan favourites dalam race ni.
Betul. Okey, URT menarik. Uncle Racing Team.
Tapi jangan dinafikan bukan saja pelumba URT saja yang ada chance. Hisham Ahmad pun ada chance, Lavina Schneier pun salah satu daripada pelumba laju juga di dalam series ni. So ada banyak juga bakat. Jeffrey Con juga. So a lot of drivers out there that can take the race win right now. It looks like it's quite balanced at the front of the field right now. Jay Chong fastest through the first and third sectors. We've split this track into 5 sectors. Down there you have a nice little color-coded section there just to be able to track the speed of the cars. If they go green in the sector, they've done their personal best. If they go purple, they're the fastest of all drivers going through that section. Right now, Jay Chong fastest in the first and third and fourth as well. Chok Fun Pang fastest in the second. So it looks like the pole position battle is going to go between Jay Chong and Chok Fun Pang.
Menariknya pada malam ini kita dapat saksikan mereka ini selesa berlumba pada malam ini. Di atas cerita sekarang ini yang sedang mengambil ujian masa adalah Jay Chong, Dominic Ang, Chok Fun Pang dan juga Hisham Ahmad, tuan-tuan. Dan sesi qualifying ini akan berlangsung selama 15 minit.
So there you have it. Jay Chong going 206.6. Very, very quick indeed. Dominic there 207.5. in second place. A lot of drivers going quite quickly there, going into the 207s there. Hisham doing a 210. He will have to improve to try and get into that top 3. But Jay Chong had an absolute flyer of a lap there. 206.6, almost a second faster than second place man. Jeffrey Con goes 210 as well. He'll have to try and push a little bit harder there. Definitely lots of eyes out there on the screens. Do leave a comment down below. Remember, if you like Adrenaline Impact and Vertex Esports on Facebook, follow the stream and like and share and spread the sim racing love around with 3 of your friends. You have a chance to win a precision sim racing simulator map. Very nice stuff.
Last race guys. So malam ni kita ada hadiah yang sangat menarik dan ini merupakan hadiah terakhir yang akan anda berpeluang menangi pada malam ini. So malam ni kita ada 3 buah McLaren, sebuah BMW dan juga sebuah Porsche yang akan bersaing hebat pada malam ini. Dan yang pastinya kami berikan kepada anda, kami bawakan kepada anda driver-driver yang terhebat, terpadu dan juga yang terlaju hanya di Vertex Esports dan juga Adrenaline Impact.
So yeah, there you have it. Also, do remember that the prize giving not only for all the drivers but also for you fans who have entered in our giveaway competitions for round 6. All of that is going to come to a head tomorrow. Is it tomorrow or Monday? I believe it's Monday actually. I do apologize. But on Monday we won't have a post race show. We'll have an awards ceremony instead at the usual time, at the usual place. And we will not only be giving away the prizes for the round 6 giveaway, but also all of the prizes for all of the drivers involved. So all of the champions, you're going to see all the quick guys out there. You're going to see Muhammad Ibrahim out there. Shami Aizan will be there as well. All the guys will be out there. And it'll be quite a fun little evening. And also, you might also find out if you win that Precision Sim Racing Simulator match. So do stay tuned on Monday for the post-race.
Okay, Sobat, semalam ni kita akan saksikan berapa total pelumba yang akan berlumba pada malam ni agak-agaknya?
Lebih kurang dalam mungkin 12 driver mungkin akan
12 driver
Yeah, so 7. So we've only got 7 drivers that are out there on track. Hopefully there'll be a few more that join in. I'm not sure if they can join in during the qualifying sessions. Hope so. But in any case, these guys will be definitely pushing quite hard in order to try and get themselves a good finishing position. The championship's still quite close for the rookie drivers in the rookie car teams as well. So it'll be quite interesting to see how that goes on. Freddie Ang is now out on track right now. Hisham Ahmad pushing quite well, quite hard out there. But right now, the top 5 in qualifying at the halfway mark, it's Jae Chong in first place with Chok Fan Pang in second. Dominic Ang is in third place, Hisham in fourth, and Jeffrey Cohn in fifth place. McLaren leads BMW, leads McLaren, leads Porsche, leads McLaren.
Sama macam semalam, jumlah kalau kau tak salah aku, dia punya satu pusingan ni lebih kurang dalam 25 km, Max, jarak perlumbaan dia.
Pada track ni kita akan pakai track pendek, boleh kira Grand Prix course, track F1. So 5 km saja. Sama lebih kurang macam Sepang lah. So untuk F1 tu dia orang untuk sebab keselamatan, untuk sebab safety, dia orang tak pergi dekat track North Life. Dia pergi kat track kecil sikit lah.
Oh, no wonder lah hari ni aku tak nampak dia yang conting tu. Okey, semalam kita saksikan kelas Pro dan juga kelas M berlumba di dalam satu perlumbaan, dan menariknya semalam diorang pakai track penuh. So pada malam ni anda akan saksikan perlumbaan rookie yang mana mereka akan berlumba di dalam jarak perlumbaan 5 km saja. Yang ni kalau kita saksikan kebiasaannya ini boleh dikatakan track F1 Nurburgring F1. Betul.
Yeah. So biasanya kan track F1 adalah track yang paling besar di dekat satu lokasi tu, tetapi dekat Nurburgring pelik sikit. Track F1 lah track yang paling kecil.
Okey, malam ni anda akan bersama kami dan juga pemandu-pemandu kita seperti Jeffrey Cohn, Ruben Wong, Jae Chong, Freddie Ng, Dominic Ang dan beberapa lagi. Chok Fun Pang juga pada malam ini. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, anda sedang menyaksikan last round malam ini merupakan episod yang terakhir dan juga perlumbaan terakhir di XOX Unity League iRacing, dan kami di sini mengucapkan semoga berjaya kepada semua pelumba pada malam ini.
There you have it. Good luck to all the viewers there. Just like Injit Bob said, this will be the final race of the season. Some exciting stuff out there. Not the biggest of grids, but it's going to be a very exciting race nevertheless. And we're going to see some quite close battles, judging by some of the other races. So hopefully they'll be definitely out there, giving you guys something to watch and something to entertain yourselves through the course of the final race of the XOX Unity League Season 2 Championship. So looks like interesting stuff out there.
Okey Max, boleh ceritakan sikit mengenai kategori ni yang Max perhatikan sebelum ni. Boleh cerita sikit macam mana karakter perlumbaan mereka?
Kalau dekat sini agak dia memang balance sebenarnya dekat Nurburgring ni. So generally speaking, Porsche ni yang paling neutral, BMW yang paling dengan McLaren yang paling tajam masuk dalam corner, change of direction very fast. So dekat sini memang boleh dikirakan not that much of an advantage. Hisham terbabas.
Wah, Hisham Ahmad, apa dah jadi?
Walaupun bukan dekat track besar, tapi track ni pun tetap susah juga. Ada puncture juga. So Hisham there just gone a little bit wide there. This Formula 1 track just as tricky as the rest of the Nordschleife. It's very, very easy to think of this as the easy track, but it definitely isn't. Especially for a sprint race like this, 40-minute race, it's going to be very, very intense indeed. Hisham there just got onto the gravel and spun out there. He's got a bit of damage. He's going to have to go into the pits and try and get that fixed. But right now, Jae Chong improves on his lap time. It's a 1:06.132. That is flying from Jae Chong. Now, again, desperately trying to keep that 1 second gap there from Cho Fun Pang with a 2:06.132 compared to a 2:07.072. So that was an absolutely flying lap time.
Kalau dalam sesi qualifying, kalau berlaku insiden apa-apa, dia punya damage on ke off, Max?
Damage on, tetapi dia boleh masuk dalam pit dan request kit baru.
Okey. So itulah kelebihannya. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, sekarang ni sesi qualifying telah pun memasuki minit ke plus, dan ada berbaki 2 minit lebih saja lagi sebelum kita teruskan dengan sesi perlumbaan sebenar.
Itu dia. So now, as we watch Freddie Ang, they're going through the final chicane here. believe this is just after the Vidal curve, and going around the final corner into the start finish straight there. Let's jump on board with Freddie Young for a lap of the circuit. Absolutely entertaining venue for a Formula One race, a GT race, or any sort of race. The Nurburgring Grand Prix track often gets overlooked with the bigger cousin in the background, but it's no less exciting a racetrack to come and go racing on. Hard on the brakes here, very, very difficult braking zone because you have to turn right ever so slightly before coming into the corner itself, which is obviously a very hard right-hander. Now coming through the Mercedes-Benz Arena. This is a relatively new part of the track. It bypasses what is known as the Yokohama S's. And now as you come down through here, it's very important to try and keep a nice smooth line through here, and ultra important to get a good run out of the corner. Traction is at a premium going through that corner there, so you have to be very, very careful indeed. Now braking hard for the Ford curve. So this section here, you can't go all the way to the left-hand side to try and make the car turn in, so you always have to try and find a compromise between good entry and good exit. It's very, very difficult there, but Freddie Young doing a relatively good job coming down the hill here. Now to the famous bowl amphitheater section of the Dunlop curves there. Freddie diving in a little bit deep there, but he manages to get the car back on the apex before riding out again. Now coming up towards the Michael Schumacher S. Very high speed in these cars here. You almost want to keep the car flat out there. Freddie gives it a little bit of a confidence lift. Doesn't lose too much time doing that. But now coming up towards here, very hard on the brakes for these left and right-hander here. Again, it's very, very easy to get the car sliding out, especially on this right-hander. If you go too wide, there is no tarmac runoff. It's all gravel. He uses all of the curve and then some. Very, very risky stuff indeed, but he manages to make it work for him there. He's gone quickest in the third sector there, has Freddie Young. So this is a very, very good lap from him. Definitely quicker all round. Coming through the final chicane here, you've got to be a little bit rough, a little bit aggressive over the curbs before coming up to the final corner there. Again, very, very tricky through here because the car wants to understeer all the time as you go around this corner here. You want to jump on the throttle a little bit early, but then it'll oversteer too much coming up towards the exit. It's about being smooth. All of this track pretty much is about just making sure you get through smoothly.
Itu dia Max. Memang tak pernah menghampakan lah bila berkomentar mengenai satu pusingan track yang lengkap ni. Itu kelebihan Max.
Just in time as well, as that is the qualifying session done. So let's have a quick look at this rather cute little grid here. Not the biggest amount in terms of quantity, but definitely the quality is way up there. Jay Chong for URT Red in pole position, with Chok Fun Pang for URT Black in second place. Dominic Ang, teammate to Jay Chong there, in third position, URT Red. Freddie Ang is in fourth place for URT Rainbow. Hisham Ahmad is in fifth place, followed by Jeffrey Con, and finally Ruben Wong making up the back of the grid.
Itu dah tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, 7 pelumba yang terpadu tahan dan terlaju kami bawakan kepada anda pada malam ni, dan kita bakal bersiaran langsung di litar Nurburgring GP last round, yo.
Yeah, so there you have it coming onto the grid right now. We're still waiting for them to load up. They're going to load up behind the Porsche 911 safety car, and then they'll be left to head out around the track there. Beautiful shots of the pits that we saw just a moment ago there, but just a couple more cars left to load in. In fact, one more car left to go before we begin to roll around to the start of the field there. We're just waiting for Jeff Rincon to get his car loaded up there. It takes a little while sometimes before the car pops up. But
BM ke depan
Yeah, so Jeffrey Con there, he's in Brunei right now. So shout out to all the guys watching from Brunei. Hi guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed the series so far. It's been a blast having you guys over here. Fred Ting also from Brunei in the AM class.
Yeah, Fred Ting.
Yeah.
Ini dah kira macam international So perlawanan perlumbaan antara negara versus negara.
Boleh dikira macam tu juga. Tetapi Jeffrey Con mungkin boleh dikirakan outnumbered sikit daripada semua driver-driver Malaysia yang ada di sekeliling dia. Tapi he will try his best against all the Malaysians and try and bring a little bit of glory for Brunei this fine Saturday there. Now the Porsche is going to go around the final chicane there, again using the Grand Prix chicane, so very tight, a lot tighter than it was for the endurance race we had here yesterday. But now as the Porsche comes through the pit lane there, the cars begin to go around the track, around the corner here. Let's have a look there, and the lights about to go on, and it looks like they are hard on the gas, and away they go. Green flag for all, and Jae Chung manages to get a fantastic jump on the rest of the field there as they come into the braking zone here. They're going 2 wide, 3 wide, and there's a crash. There's a crash. Jeffrey Kong got tied up with someone else there, and it looks like one of the other cars got involved in that incident there. That would have been a heavy impact there for Jeffrey Kong. I'm sure quite a few hearts broke there a little bit coming through turn 1. Dominic Ang, meanwhile, he's chasing after Jae Chong there in first and second places, irrespectively. Chokfun Pang there in fourth place, chasing after Hisham in third. Ruben Wong all over the back of them, and 2 cars going side by side, Pang and Hisham. It looks like Hisham's going to get that position back, and Hisham manages to get himself up through fourth place there, but Chokfun Pang now up into third.
Okey, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, telah pun sekarang masih lagi berada di dalam posisi yang pertama. Kedudukan yang terkini, yang terlatest, Jae Chong di tempat pertama, Dominic Ang di tempat kedua, Mr. Pang di tempat ketiga, Hisham di tempat kelima, Ruben Wong kini telah pun naik satu roda tangga, berada di tempat keempat. Jatuh ke tempat kelima kembali, dan juga Freddy di tempat keenam, dan juga Mr. Kon di tempat yang ketujuh sekarang, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan.
Agak rumit juga tu, dia bertukar-tukar masa nak baca tu. Ruben Wong going sideways there, and that's just a little bit of a mistake there on cold tyres there, but Ruben Wong got very sideways going through the Michael Schumacher S, is just about caught it there. Let's see what happened there in the replay, coming up towards the curb there, just a little bit hard perhaps on the curb, perhaps a little bit hard on the throttle. Very difficult cars. We have to remember, over 400 brake horsepower and not a lot of aerodynamics makes these cars quite a handful to drive. But Ruben Wong there, he's now gotten back up and running again. Hisham Ahmad so far in fourth place. He's trying to put as much pressure on the cars up ahead as possible in order to try and catch back up to the front of the field. But right now Dominic Ang is in second place, and he's trying desperately hard to chase after Jae Chong in first. 0.3 of a second, he could do it.
Dan nampaknya sekarang ni Jae Chong dan juga Dominic Ang selesa berada di kelompok hadapan. Jae Chong berada di tempat pertama, Dominic Ang di tempat kedua, dan masih lagi Dominic Ang daripada URT Red mengejar Jae Chong yang berada di hadapannya. Sekarang kita on board bersama Hisham Ahmad, satu-satunya pelumba yang melumba di dalam pasukannya sendiri, privateer, ada geng, tapi hentam je lah bang, lawan tetap lawan bang.
Itu dia. And it'll be quite interesting for him to be battling with the URT guys, because URT's personal policy is no policy whatsoever. Those drivers are going to race each other as hard as they can throughout the course of the race there, and it's going to be quite exciting indeed. So Hisham right there, he'll feel quite at home. Now let's have a look at the replay there, and as you can see there, looking at Jeffrey Kong coming down into turn 1 there, he's got 3 cars. The car's going 3 wide ahead of him. He's trying desperately to look for a way through. He clips the grass. There, and that was one of the URT BMWs there just having a massive moment trying to avoid that incident, but that's very hard luck there for Jeffrey Kong. But it looks like he's managed to make a little bit of a recovery, and he's now up into 6th place.
Komen daripada Abang Piko kita. Terima kasih Abang Piko yang bersama kita pada malam ni. Finale, kita menyaksikan finale perlombaan pada malam ni dalam rookie kategori pada malam ni. Thank you Abang Piko.
Yeah, and that is Abang Piko aka Saiful Arifin. That's his graphics design company. A lot of the cars that you see there with all the beautiful liveries that you've seen for some of the teams like Hyperballs, Pico obviously, and XOX and all that sort of stuff is done by Pico Media. So do check him out on Trading Paints if you have an iRacing account, and do try and hit him up. He's definitely a very talented graphics designer as well as a very quick driver, and that is Saiful Arifin, the winner incidentally of the endurance race.
Semalam.
So boleh kira multi talented lah. Dia boleh design livery, dia boleh berlumba, dan dia boleh menang juga.
Ya, semalam lebih di hujung perlombaan, bila kita dapat, kita ada temu bual beberapa pelumba. Ramai yang menantikan season 1 dah. Diorang dah join season 2 alhamdulillah dah habis pun semalam. Dan banyak cakap hopefully akan ada lagi musim yang ketiga, Max.
Itu dia. So harapan dia nanti kita boleh nampak driver-driver ni mungkin akan graduate from the rookie class there. Hopefully we'll see these guys graduate from the rookie class and head on up into the AM or Pro categories and really show their stuff in the next season. Hopefully we'll see that next season coming along fairly soon. No word on it yet, but do stay tuned to Adrenaline Impact and Vertex Esports for the latest on all future developments. But for now, Ruben Wong there, he's got a very, very difficult situation right now. He's just overtaken Jeffrey Con, but Jeffrey Con isn't exactly dropping back behind him. In fact, he's pushing quite hard in order to try and battle on. These two drivers, they both made mistakes on the earlier part of the race there, but at the 5-minute mark, Ruben Wong and Jeffrey Con, they're still fighting as if it's the lead of the race. It'll be interesting to see how these guys get on throughout the course of the battle there, but Jeffrey Con again not exactly dropping back as fast as Ruben Wong might perhaps expect.
Itu dia. Ini pelumba kita yang daripada Brunei sebentar tadi cuba mengejar Ruben yang berada di hadapan beliau, Jeffrey Kong daripada Min Machine Sim Racing, satu-satunya pelumba daripada Brunei dan ada di dalam kategori ini. Selain daripada Jeffrey Kong, kita juga ada Fred Ting juga daripada Brunei, tapi dalam kategori yang lain lah, tiada pada malam ini. Fred Ting.
Yeah. Alright, so we're just getting news there that Mardini there, he is another driver from Brunei who is set to start the race actually today, but unfortunately due to outside factors he wasn't able to join the race there. So hopefully we'll be able to see him out on track in the next season and in future races as well. We not only do races on iRacing, we'll also be doing races on Assetto Corsa as well. So do stay tuned to Adrenaline Impact for more info on that. We've done drag racing, we've done circuit racing, we've even done a bit of rallying, not only in AC but also in Dirt Rally 2.0. So a lot of activities out there for all the drivers and for all of you, the fans, to try and get into sim racing. In between the seasons, it's going to be a fairly packed schedule there. We're not going anywhere. So do stay tuned to Adrenaline Impact and Vertex Esports as well, with PUBG tournament coming up this week, as well as quite a few other exciting things to come from them. So now looking at the replay there, Dominic Ang there getting very wild and woolly as they go through the track there. Just a little bit of rallycross mungkin. Jom kita saksikan.
Jacong.
So kita boleh tengok dia
banyak juga kalau 15 markah dia jadi 15x
Ya, itu dia. So pada perlombaan ni setiap 15x dia akan masuk dalam pit lane. So dia agak strict jugalah pada perlombaan ni. Tapi sekarang kita tengok so far so good. J Chong ada 4x, mungkin dia akan nervous sikit, tetapi masih ada safety margin yang agak besar pada semua driver. Hanya limit minit ke-8, walaupun race ni tak sepanjang race malam, tetapi kita dah tengok beberapa kali dekat perlombaan round-round lain dalam season ni yang 40 minit ni boleh dikirakan race yang agak panjang juga.
Okey, Dominic Ang daripada UIT Red menggunakan jentera McLaren memang seksi, dan malam ni pelumbanya tak banyak, so kita boleh teruskan berikan tumpuan kepada beberapa jentera yang bersaing hebat pada malam ini. Ini dia sekali lagi Dominic Ang, seorang pelumba yang banyak pengalaman pelumba di dalam dan juga luar negara, juga salah seorang pelumba untuk kereta GT kan?
GT dengan LMP3 juga kalau tak silap.
Juga merupakan salah seorang pemandu untuk Viper Niza.
So dia orang sorry tak tahu. In any case there Dominic
at least
at
least kena ada satu kan?
So pada malam ni kita akan ada pit stop satu. So we're gonna have we're gonna go through this just like a normal pro and am race. Of course, these guys were running without pit stops throughout the course of the season. This is their sort of big time to shine. They're gonna do the same sort of race as the pro and am drivers, and that means they're gonna have to pit at least once during the course of the race. A mandatory pit stop there for all the drivers out on track. They only have to come in briefly, but they will have to stop for fuel in order to try and make it to the end of the race. So it'll be interesting to see how these rookies handle that situation coming up.
Ya, sama macam kita tengok Pro dan juga M sebelum ini. Di dalam perlumbaan rookie kali ini, setiap pelumba di dalam 40 minit perlumbaan wajib memasuki at least satu kali pit stop. Kita tak tahu dia nak masuk awal ke, dia nak masuk tengah-tengah ke, dia nak masuk ujung ke. Syarat wajibnya mereka harus masuk pit stop sekali, walaupun sekali. So kalau katalah tak ada langsung masuk pit stop, itu dah tak boleh lah. Syarat wajibnya dia orang wajib masuk at least sekali di dalam 40 minit perlumbaan ini.
Ya, dan dengan kuantiti minyak yang dibagi tu, dan dekat Nurburgring ni boleh dikirakan agak heavy juga dekat fuel load Nurburgring GP ni. So mungkin kita boleh expect yang mungkin dia orang akan masuk dekat minit 25. Mungkin kalau betul-betul dia orang bawa macam kereta Prius tu, di minit ke-30 paling jauh. So the pit window we estimate to be around 25 to 30 minutes. You're going to have to really push it quite hard to get the car up to 30 minutes. We probably will see one or two of the drivers try and go as long as possible there, but definitely we're still a ways away from that pit window right now. Ruben Wong now putting a lot of pressure on Hisham right now after going past Jeffrey Con. Ruben Wong, a very, very experienced driver in real life, and he's using some of that skill to try and put Hisham under pressure, but that is going to be quite tricky. Hisham's got a little bit more of experience in sim racing itself. You can see there he's defending beautifully, making sure the car's in the middle of the road. Very hard place to try and pass there, but right now there's not a lot of space between Ruben Wong and Hisham. Coming into the braking zone there, Ruben's going to try and go around the inside of the corner there, and a beautiful overtaking maneuver coming into the Ford chicane there, and smooth as you like, Ruben Wong gets past Hisham and heads up into 5th place. Now it's pedal to the metal. It's a 10-second gap between himself and Freddie up ahead. Freddie Ang there in 4th position, so they're going to have to really push hard in order to try and head further up. There is a bit of a hope there for Ruben if Hisham tries to help him, but if Hisham's definitely on the attack and tries to counter-attack right now, they're really going to have trouble trying to catch up with the front pack. Hisham Ahmad there pushing the car very hard there and kicking up a bit of dust as it goes through.
Nampaknya semakin lama semakin jauh Ruben Wong cuba meninggalkan Hisham Ahmad di belakangnya. Ini dia replace betul tadi.
Ya, kita boleh nampak kan yang ini boleh dikirakan semua ke dalam braking teknik masa dia masuk dalam selekoh tu. So bila dia masuk ke dalam sebelah kiri tu, dia brake sedikit lambat daripada kereta yang depan, dan itulah punca kejayaan Ruben Wong memotong Hisham Ahmad.
Iya, clean overtake.
Boleh dikirakan walaupun nama kategori ni adalah rookie, tetapi sebenarnya boleh dikirakan yang driving standard dan racecraft dia orang agak tinggi juga pada malam ni.
Ya, itu sebentar tadi Hisham Ahmad tersasar sikit, terkeluar sikit daripada litar, akan tetapi berjaya mengawal jentera beliau. Hisham Ahmad di kedudukan yang ke-6 sekarang ini, cuba mengejar Ruben Wong yang berada di hadapan beliau sekarang ini. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, telah memasuki pusingan yang ke-7, dan nampaknya Ruben Wong jauh sedikit demi sedikit menjarakkan jentera beliau daripada Hisham Ahmad sekarang ini.
And so far, right now in the lead, it's still Jay Chong, number 95 McLaren there, up in 1st position with Dominic Ang in 2nd place. Chok Fun Pang is in 3rd with Freddie Ang in 4th place. Ruben Wong in 5th with Hisham Abdullah in 6th place, and Jeffrey Con in 7th position. The gaps have definitely opened up quite a bit. Jay Chong's really pushing that McLaren as hard as it'll go. Dominic Ang is no slouch when it comes to all-out pace. But 5.6 seconds is quite the big gap right now out there on track. Jeffrey Con there in 7th place. He's still pushing hard to try and catch up to Hisham in 6th place, but it's going to be quite difficult with a gap over 10 seconds.
Okey, jarak di antara tempat pertama dan juga tempat ketujuh sekarang ni lebih kurang dalam 35 saat, Max
So itulah dia punya pace. Sekarang Jeffrey Con dengan Ruben Wong tadi ada masalah sikit. So kita boleh nampak yang Jeffrey Con ni sekarang boleh dikirakan dah drop time banyak dekat lap pertama tu. Tapi nampaknya macam pace dia masih okey. Tetapi dia mungkin kena tengok keadaan dan tengok pit stop.
Okey, 1, 2, 3 boleh dikatakan masih lagi tidak jauh di sana. Jay Chong di tempat pertama, manakala Dominic Ng 6 saat di belakang beliau, manakala Chok Fung Pan di tempat ketiga sekarang cuba mengejar, dan juga perebutan tempat kedua sedang berlaku sekarang ni, yang mana Chok Fung Pan cuba mengejar Dominic Ng yang berada di tempat kedua.
And it just goes to show how well all three cars tend to go around this circuit there. Chok Fun Pang definitely catching up to Dominic in fits and starts there. He lost a little bit of time going through the Mercedes-Benz arena right now, but he's definitely trying to close up to that McLaren bit by bit, step by step. Interestingly enough, the quickest Porsche out there, in fact the only Porsche out there, Hisham, he's all the way down in 6th place, so it's quite rare to see in this series the Porsche being so far down. But it's interesting to see a new car come out to the fore right now.
Tapi yang best bukan apa, sebab biasa kita tengok perlombaan M-Motori banyak Porsche kan, tapi kali ni McLaren dan juga BMW. Cuma dekat sini cuma ada satu sedikit Porsche je. So nampak kelainan sikit lah pada malam ini.
Ya, memang lebih variety juga kenderaan pada malam ni. Kita ada 3 BMW dan 3 McLaren. Dan satu Porsche. Dan biasanya kenderaan lain-lain dalam series ni pun juga sama. Boleh dikirakan rookie ni memang bagi rookie ni memang variety is the spice of life. So quite a few cars out there, and lots and lots of different types of cars as well. It's not the usual Porsche Cup.
Lap ke-8 telah pun memasuki minit ke-15, dan kini kita bersama dengan Chok Fun Pang yang berada hampir satu minit di belakang Jay Chong sekarang ini.
So ini boleh dikirakan agak dekat lagi race pada 3 kenderaan ni, 2, 3 dan 4. So between Dominic, Pang and Freddie right now, it's still relatively close. Any mistake from any of these drivers could really close things up again. Chok Fun Pang, previous lap 1.9 seconds behind. Right now it's just under 1.8 seconds, so a tenth a lap. That's going to be a very difficult race pace to try and beat for Dominic Ang there. He's still pacing himself. It's still definitely the 4D chess match as they're going around the track right now. Most of the drivers now lapping in the 207 range, fairly similar pace to qualifying right now. And it's all a definite game of wait and see as we see out there. But interestingly enough, in certain sections, Chok Fun Pang definitely has that BMW dialed in a lot better than that McLaren when it comes to racing lines. It's a little bit quicker.
Ya. Okey, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, anda sekarang menyaksikan XOX Unity League iRacing, yang mana sekarang ni malam ini adalah round yang ke-6, dan juga ini merupakan perlombaan terakhir daripada kami yang dibawakan khas oleh XOX Malaysia.
Ya, itu dia. So again, as we come up to the 18-minute mark of this 40-minute race, we're just about coming up to lap 10, and around the end of lap 10, start of lap 11 is when we probably see the very earliest pit stops happen. Maybe if there's anybody with some damage out there on track, you'd probably see them turn up in the pits at around minute 20, but we still suspect that the first pit stops will actually happen around lap 12 to lap 13. So it's all standby out there on track. We'll definitely let you know as soon as anything happens out there. But for now, Chok Fun Pang still trying hard to chase up with Dominic. The gap's still definitely getting closer and closer as we watch the racing unfold here. In fact, under the brakes here, you'll see it close down into the yellow zone there. There's a lot of backing off there with one of the cars there. It looks like Dominic Ang might have had a bit of a mistake coming in through the corner there. Jay Chong has decided to come into the pits right around the midpoint there. That's a very interesting call when it comes to strategy. But right now, Dominic Ang and Chok Fun Pang, they're going to go for a slipstreaming battle coming down to the braking zone there. That's quite interesting indeed. Dominic Ang, he had quite a bit of a lead on Chok Fun Pang there, but obviously he must have lost it going through the chicane there. Now they're going to go side by side. They're going to go side by side. Dominic and Chok Fun Pang are trying to go around the outside there, and now he's switched into the inside. He's looking for every single way to try and go around that McLaren there. He's gone on the outside, he's gone on the inside. He'll try the outside again. Will he switch back? Yes, he will, but just a little bit too far away to try and do anything. But now they're going to go side by side into the braking zone. It's going to be another out-braking maneuver coming into the Ford chicane. Let's see if he can make it through Chok Fun Pang around the outside, just keeping the car around the outside, and through goes Chok Fun Pang into the lead of the race. That was quite a dramatic change of events there, with Jay Chong coming into the pits there. This went from the battle of second to the battle of first position there, and now Freddie Ang's joined the fight as well. So Chok Fun Pang, Dominic Ang and Freddie Ang right now battling very hard with each other. This has really changed the complexion of the race. Memang bertukar terus ya.
Ya, daripada tadi yang daripada perlombaan berjarak, dan kali ini mereka ni saling dekat mendekati. Kedudukan terkini, Chok Fun Pang berada di tempat pertama, Dominic Ang ditinggalkan oleh Pang di tempat kedua, dan juga Freddie Ang cuba mengejar kelompok yang berada di hadapan ni. Sekarang ini Chok Fun Pang tempat pertama, Dominic Ang tempat kedua, manakala Freddie di tempat yang ketiga.
So right now we have Jeffrey Con and Hisham in the pits there. And there we go. Hisham Ahmad also just come into the pits there. He is trying to get out as quickly as possible. Jeffrey Con comes out of the pits with about a minute's gap between himself and the cars up ahead, but quite a few of the cars have yet to pit. Dominic Ang's going into the pits right now. So Dominic Ang goes into the pits, and his brother Freddie follows him into the pits as well, and that means Chok Fun Pang is definitely in the lead right now. So the URT mechanics are going to be quite busy in the virtual pit lanes there. As they go through adding the fuel into the cars. It's going to be a quick splash and dash for these two drivers, I'm sure, as they come into the pits there. Ruben Wong is also coming into the pits as well. Let's see how quick these guys can get turned around, and we'll see if there's any change in position in the pits there. Sebab lagi banyak minyak yang kami isi, lagi lama pit stop dia. So jom kita tengok kalau ada apa-apa tukar position tukar.
Ya, okey, sekarang ni telah memasuki minit ke-22 dan nampak gayanya hampir ke semua pelumba telah memasuki pit stop. Yang belum lagi masuk pit stop siapa, Max?
Chok Fun Pang masih berada di tempat yang pertama tu. Kita tengok dekat timing tower, sekarang masih belum lagi masuk ke dalam pit stop. So Jay Chong comes out of the pits there. He's 31 seconds behind Chok Fun Pang. So the question is 31 seconds enough for Chok Fun Pang to come in and take that pit stop and come out back in the lead? This race just went from being relatively calm and serene to very action-packed, and now it's turned into real tactical battle. Jay Chong now has to push that McLaren as hard as he could possibly push it coming out of those pits there. He's already got a full lap on all the other cars behind him, so his tyres are up to temperature there. But Chok Fun Pang, he's well ahead in first position, 31 seconds ahead. So it's all going to be down to if Chok Fun Pang has enough gap to try and come into the pits and out again, and if Jay Chong can try and catch him while Chok Fun Pang is still in the pits. And more importantly, when is Chok Fun Pang going to come into the pits? Is it going to be around that 25-minute mark? Let's watch.
Ya, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kita ada 7 pelumba yang bersaing hebat pada malam ini, dan 6 pelumba telah pun masuk pit lane. Ada yang telah mengisi minyak, dan sekarang kedudukan pertama adalah Chok Fun Pang. Dan untuk makluman tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, Chok Fun Pang belum lagi memasuki pit, dan mari kita lihat pada minit ke berapakah beliau akan masuk. Oh, dah masuk dah. Sekarang dia dah masuk pit lane dah, Max.
Okay, so sekarang kita boleh kirakan yang timer tu dah start. So the stopwatch has started. All eyes are on the interval between Chok Fun Pang and Jay Chong there in first and second place. There is about 30 seconds between them as he comes into the pit lane. Chok Fun Pang right at the front of the field there. So now they're going to begin servicing the cars. Chok Fun Pang is stationary there for quite a while there. Jay Chong, you can look at the time. being gained up 18, 17, 16, and he's passed. Jae Chong has managed to get himself past into the lead of the race. It looks like with Chok Fun Pang managing to get out with 5-second gap. It turns out 30 seconds was 5 seconds too long.
Okey, kedudukan kini telah pun berubah, yang mana Jae Chong telah pun mendominasi tempat pertama dan juga Chok Fun Pang telah jatuh di tempat kedua sebentar tadi, yang mana Jae Chong telah berjaya melintas sewaktu Chok Fun Pang masih berada di dalam pit tadi.
Itu dia. So itulah soalan yang paling besar tadi itu. Adakah 30 saat cukup untuk membuat pit stop dan keluar? Rupanya tak cukup.
Tak
Jae Chong
cukup.
keluar tempat pertama.
Ini dia Dominic Ang, pelumba kita daripada UIT Red yang berada di tempat ketiga sekarang ni. 3 saat ketinggalan di belakang Jae Chong yang berada di tempat pertama, mendahului perlumbaan sekarang.
So right now, as we watch this field sort themselves out, you remember the sorting out that happened before the start of the race. It's called qualifying, and it is the key to tonight, the final giveaway of the XOX Unity League Challenge. Remember to like and subscribe to Adrenaline Impact and Vertex Esports and answer this question while tagging 3 of your friends. So the question is, who had pole position for this very race that we're watching right now? No hints. Who had pole position? Siapakah di tempat yang pertama? Itulah soalan untuk giveaway pada malam ni. So ingat, tag 3 kawan dan like. Yeah.
Okey, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, itu dia soalan yang diberikan oleh Max tadi.
So yeah, first position in qualifying. So ingat ya, position qualifying. Okey,
syarat dia selain daripada korang jangan asyik bagi jawapan je. Dia ada syarat dia, Max. Syarat dia first kali korang dah like semua page kita. Dan yang kedua, korang kena tag at least 3 nama dekat comment section tersebut dan tuliskan sekali jawapan yang betul. Itu dia.
Yeah, one final time, the answer to the question for the last time there is, who got pole position in qualifying for this race that we're watching right here now? Siapakah di tempat pertama habiskan sesi kelayakan qualifying di tempat yang pertama dapat pole position? Siapakah?
Okey, telah pun memasuki minit yang ke-27 sekarang ini. Kedudukan sekarang ni Jae Chong masih lagi kekal di tempat pertama, manakala Chok Fun Pang di tempat kedua, Dominic Ang di tempat yang ketiga, Freddy Ang di tempat keempat, Ruben Wong di tempat kelima, siapa lagi? Kon di tempat ke-6 dan juga Hisham Ahmad di tempat ke-7.
Yeah, so Jeffrey Con there in the twin liveried McLaren there. He's got the purple livery on one side and he's got the black and yellow livery on the other side. Very interesting color scheme there from Jeffrey Con and Mean Machine Sim Racing. Really interesting color scheme that they've brought to the championship. Hopefully we'll see that color scheme in AM or maybe even Pro, depending on their qualifying efforts in the next season. Do stay tuned to Adrenaline Impact and Vertex Esports for more information as and when that comes out, but it's going to be very interesting indeed to see how they handle moving up. But Jeffrey Con there in 6th place, he's almost a minute behind Ruben Wong right now, so he's got a lot of catching up to do, but he's definitely has the McLaren going at quite a decent rate right now, and he'll be pushing quite hard because, as Bob always says, you never know. It ain't over until it's over.
Betul bang, ada masa lagi bang. Kadang-kadang kita jangkakan kereta sekian-sekian yang akan memenangi perlombaan tersebut, tapi yelah, selagi checker flight tak dinaikkan, macam-macam boleh jadi.
Yeah, itu dia. Dominic Ang right now, he's in 3rd place with Chok Fun Pang in 2nd. Jae Chong is now in the lead right now, and Freddie Yang there down in 4th place. He's also got a car looming in the distance, Ruben Wong. So Freddie Yang can see the car up ahead, so he can definitely try and start putting the hammer down, really start pushing the car to try and catch the car up ahead. But he's also have to be mindful because Ruben Wong is also closing up behind him. It looks like the traditional Adrenaline Impact midfield battle did happen for a brief moment there at the start of the race and just before the pit stop window, but we might see the irresistible pull of racing cars in the middle of the field starting to draw together ever so slightly.
Okey, telah pun memasuki minit ke-29 sekarang ni. Berbaki 11 minit saja lagi ada dalam perlombaan XOX Unity League iRacing pada malam ini. Okey, kedudukan sekarang kita bersama dengan Freddy yang di tempat keempat. Daripada URT Rainbow. Dan menarik sekali, baru aku tahu malam ni apa itu URT. Rupanya URT ni Angka Racing Team. Aku baru tahu malam ni. Macam mana ketinggalan sangat aku ni.
Mungkin terlupa jugalah sebab hari tu pun baru saya dapat confirmation balik yang URT tu Angka Racing Team. Sebab saya terjumpa video AIMC dulu.
URT dia pun banyak pecah-pecahan dia Dia punya ahli pasukan dia ramai juga.
Ya, ada juga pasukan ahli-ahli URT di dalam M dan juga Rookie. Pada kali mungkin sebab mungkin ada kurang pengalaman dengan kereta GT4 ni, itu sebab yang dia dekat M dan Rookie kalau bandingkan season lepas yang dia dapat masuk juga di kalangan Pro and M. But it really depends. Kita tengok ada satu soalan yang terbuka lagi, apakah kenderaan yang akan dipakai untuk season ketiga. So date belum lagi dikonfirm, apa lagi pun belum lagi dikonfirm, tetapi yang satu yang saya tahu pasti belum confirm ialah apa jenis kereta yang kita akan pakai. So
ini menarik ni. Season ketiga dia orang dah tanya dah kereta apa yang nak main.
So apakah kenderaan yang dia akan main? So kita akan bergerak daripada GT4. We're going to move away from the GT4 cars, but it'll be very interesting to see. Do we go for a sports prototype car macam kereta Le Mans, ataupun kita main kereta GT3 yang ada Porsche 911, ada Ferrari, ada McLaren lagi laju, ada Lamborghini, ada Audi R8, yang banyak-banyak kereta lagi dalam kategori itu. So the variety of GT3 cars, you have all sorts of different options there. Will we go open wheel? It's all open right now. Do leave a comment down below and let us know as a viewer what you guys think should be the next category for the championship. Could be quite interesting to see what all of you guys think.
Kalau tanya pendapat aku lah kan Max kan, ini old school sikit. Dulu kalau macam dekat RTM dia ada satu perlombaan yang selalu buat dekat Macau ke China ke tak ingat. Banyak di situ, banyak Integra semua Honda. Itu game apa Itu perlombaan apa
Itu biasanya touring car lah.
Tapi yang itu memang kebanyakannya perlombaan betul. Banyak Honda je kat situ.
So kita pernah juga ada perlombaan Super Street. Kita dah copy Super Street dan masuk ke dalam AC. So semasa kita buat perlombaan iRacing ni, kita pun juga ada perlombaan AC. So we have, alongside our iRacing content, with some of the most professional high-end racing teams here in Malaysia competing for the big prize, we also have a little bit of more fun with Assetto Corsa. So if you guys have Assetto Corsa and you've managed to download Content Manager, join us for some fun. We're going to have all sorts of events lined up in the post-season. Between seasons, we're always firing up Assetto Corsa there. We've recreated the Super Street portion of MSF in Assetto Corsa there. We're doing all sorts of other stuff. We've recreated rally cars in Assetto Corsa. We've done drag racing, which is always very, very popular with you, the viewers. So we thank you for...
2 hari lepas kita ada main
drag yes. And so much more. Oh, Chopon Fang spun. Chopon Fang has spun the car there, and that's given a position back to Dominic. And it looks like Freddie Ang is also going to get past as well, and Ruben Wong as well. So that is a big, massive mistake there from Chopon Fang. Everything was nice and settled down there, but again, it's the Mercedes-Benz Arena. It's a very, very difficult section of track. The car is always either oversteering or understeering. It looks like that car just oversteered a bit. Coming through the Mercedes-Benz section, tempat ni lah yang paling susah nak dapat braking.
Ya, kedudukan kini telah pun berubah tuan-tuan. Yang mana sebentar tadi cuma telah pun terbabas. Ni dia replaynya.
Agak dekat juga dia punya beberapa kereta tu. Nyaris terlanggar, tapi luckily Chok Fan Pang there with a nice safe rejoin. He decides to cross the track there and get himself out of harm's way. Now he's back up and running, but he's dropped all the way back down to 5th position. But it means that Ruben Wong now has another car behind him, and he's also getting closer and closer to the car up ahead, Freddie Ang, who's had to take a little bit of avoiding action there. So instead of 3.5 seconds, it's now 2.5 seconds. And all three cars again, all these three BMWs seem destined to end up finishing together. And it's quite interesting indeed how this is going to end up there. 6 minutes to go in the race. We might see a lap 19, lap 18 or lap 19, perhaps even lap 20 if the guys cross the line just right there. But it will probably be going through to lap 19.
Yeah.
So yeah, the interesting thing is, even though walaupun URT ni boleh dikirakan satu pasukan, tapi sebenarnya dia orang rival juga dalam kelas ni. Sebab ada 29 poin saja yang beza team black and red sekarang. So the URT black team and URT red team only separated by 29 points. Remember, a win is 50 points and second place is 40. So definitely well within reach for either team to try and win the championship right now. So even though they're all from the URT stable there, but they're going to be pushing as hard as possible. And that's why Jae Chong here, he's driven a brilliant race so far, and he's definitely trying to bring it home for URT Red right now in first.
Okey, kedudukan yang terkini sekarang tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, Jae Chong di tempat pertama, Dominic Ang di tempat kedua, Freddie Ang di tempat ketiga, manakala Ruben Wong di tempat keempat, manakala Chok Fung Pang di tempat yang kelima, dan juga Jeffrey Kun di tempat keenam, Hashim Ahmad di tempat, Hisham Ahmad di tempat yang ketujuh.
It looks like all 7 cars are still running in the race. Perhaps a little bit of that endurance spirit has seeped in tonight. They're all determined to finish the race there, even though Jeffrey Con is a minute behind the lead pack here right now. But they're all still on the lead lap, and they're all still definitely pushing very hard to try and finish the race there. It's quite nice stuff to see out there. Very sportsmanlike from all of the drivers there. And so far, an incredibly clean race. Fantastic driving throughout. A couple of mistakes there in the early part of the race there. Jeffrey Con at turn 1, making that mistake going onto the grass and spinning out. Hisham there had a little bit of trouble going through the Schumacher S, and so did Ruben Wong. And of course, Chok Fun Pang there with a tragic spin. And I say tragic because it was such a simple mistake. There was no damage on the car, but he lost so much time in so many positions there. He was on the podium, but unfortunately now he's in 5th place, and it's quite a big gap between himself and Jae Chong out in the lead there. So that's Ruben Wong there in 4th place, holding his end up there. But Dominic Ang and Jae Chong, both URT red drivers, and if they finish in this order, they will take home the rookie team championship. So it's going to have to be their target, is trying to take home the championship there.
Okey, sekarang ni mereka berdua selesa berada di hadapan, iaitu Jae Chong dan juga Dominic Ang, cuba saling kejam menggunakan jentera yang sama sekarang ini. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan telah pun memasuki minit ke-37 dan berada di pusingan yang ke-18 sekarang ni. Perebutan tempat pertama, Jae Chong, Dominic Ang dan juga Freddie tempat yang ketiga.
So itu dia situasi sekarang ni. URT Red di tempat pertama dan kedua sekarang. So nampaknya kalau condition dia stay macam ni, ada peluang besar juga yang URT Red akan menjadi champion team rookie pada malam ni.
Dia orang dah tak payah nak saling pintas memintas kekalkan keguguran ni, mereka memang dah menang dah
dalam championship lah. So that's quite a big prize for those two drivers there. Remember, 1,200 ringgit up for grabs for those guys. But it looks like there's a car right behind them. Freddie Ang has definitely been catching by leaps and bounds. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like those two drivers were cruising around to the end of the race there. There's another 2 more minutes, and it looks like Freddie Ang's just driving past. Look at that, Freddie Ang there getting the slipstream, going past there, and he's up into the lead. Is it fuel, I wonder?
Looks Freddie Ang memintas di saat-saat akhir.
So it looks like Freddie Ang there overtaking with 1 more minute to go. It looks like no, they've overtook again there. It looks like they're probably on Discord right now and having a bit of fun at our expense there. But it looks like Jay Chong are going to go across the line there. 22 seconds. Are they going to try and slow down? It looks like they're not quite going to slow down. They're going to have to do one more lap in order to finish the race there. So lap 19 is the final lap of the race there. Perhaps what they were trying to do actually is slow down so that they didn't have to do lap 19. So you see this a lot in endurance racing. When there's a time limit, they'll try and run the clock down there. They probably were spooked a bit by Freddie being right behind them, overtaking, because Freddie obviously didn't quite get the memo there. So that's often what you see at Le Mans and things like that. On the last lap, they'll try and slow down to make sure that it's 40 minutes on the dot before they cross the line. Otherwise, they'll have to do one more lap. And that's the situation they're in right now. So a late, very late heart attack moment there for URT Red in the season. But what a fantastic season they've had so far. So Jay Chong, Dominic Ang there, first and second places. They're going to have to pull their figure out just a little bit there, because Freddie Ang, he might try for another overtaking maneuver again. You never know.
Ya, di saat-saat akhir ini mungkin akan ada aksi yang tidak kita jangka-jangka. Dan sekarang ni Jay Chong berada di tempat pertama, manakala Dominic Ang agak ketinggalan sikit di belakang Jay Chong, tidak seperti pusingan sebelum ini. Dan pastinya di tempat ketiga Freddie Ng, kita nak tengok aksi beliau memintas sekali lagi seperti pusingan sebelum ini.
So itu dia, tadi dia cuba slow untuk dapatkan habiskan race di lap ke-18, tapi tak berjaya sebab Freddie Ang tu terlalu dekat dan berjaya memotong juga sekejap. Tapi nampaknya ini kalilah lap terakhir. So this is going to be the final lap of the race there. All three cars coming through the corner there. Freddie Ang getting very close to the back there, and it looks like Ruben Wong is also going to get very close to the back there. It looks like they probably on the message right now, it's going to be a formation finish for the URT team, URT Red and URT Black. They probably just called a truce on Discord just quietly there, perhaps running a little bit low on fuel there. But the URT guys are going to come across for a formation finish. Very nice stuff indeed, very well planned out as they come across the line there. URT, nothing if not quite classy. Look at that. It's like a finish to Le Mans.
Apa dah jadi ni?
Bravo. Itulah nama dia, formation finish kepada URT.
Aduh, macam
So itu dia. Kalau biasa ni dekat Le Mans ataupun dekat Spa, tradisinya lap terakhir tidak dikontes kalau dengan teammates. So there you go, Jay Chong having a celebratory punt after the end of the finish line there. Jeffrey Con and Hisham still out there on track, and quite entertaining stuff indeed. So it's a nice little demonstration of the formation finish there. URT Red definitely the champions of the series, with URT Black in second place. So URT definitely going away with quite a good result here. Jeffrey Kondo still has some points to pick up for Mean Machine Sim Racing, and Hisham has some driver's points he's going to pick up as well in 6th and 7th. I bet you guys never seen. I'm just wondering, in the booth there, you guys have never seen a formation finish like that before, huh?
Tapi nampak sangat best. Ini adalah pusingan yang terakhir. Nampak sangat pemandu-pemandu kita sangat-sangat enjoy di dalam perlumbaan kita pada malam ini. Sangat-sangat enjoy.
So itu dia, kita nampak ada juga komedi sikit dengan Freddie yang sekejap dia memotong tadi tu, dan photo finish URT tu pun agak something agak special juga. Visually memang menarik jugalah tu.
Ya. Ini dia Hisham Ahmad, pelumba yang terakhir pada malam ini telah pun melepasi checker flag. Mana harus ucapkan?
So there you have it, Hisham Ahmad trying to go for the drift. Oops, nope. And collects Jeffrey Con there. So that's very traditional in iRacing there, to have a little bit of a banger race after the race. But that was some very, very spectacular stuff that didn't quite work out when it comes to the 18-lap race there. But it was a 19-lap race for Jay Chong in formation finish with Dominic Ang, champions of the rookie class there for URT Red. Freddie Ang there in 3rd place for URT Rainbow, and Ruben Wong and Chok Fun Pang lock URT Black into 2nd place in the championship. Jeffrey Con there is in 6th place for Mean Machine Sim Racing, and Hisham Hisham Ahmad in 7th place, the sole privateer of the race.
Itu dia kedudukan perlumbaan pada malam ni, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan.
So agak seronok juga. Ada juga section yang boleh dikirakan amat taktikal pada malam ni, dan ada juga beberapa insiden. Mungkin pada perlumbaan-perlumbaan akan datang kita akan cuba besarkan sikit grup rookies tu, tetapi boleh kirakan agak batang jugalah dia punya driving. Memang very mature.
Ya. Okey, itulah dah perlumbaan kita pada malam ni. Anda sedang menyaksikan XOX Unity League iRacing, pusingan terakhir untuk rookie kategori, tuan-tuan.
So right now we've just sent someone over to the pits to see if they can find anyone. So I'm just getting word right now that the URT guys have officially left the track and they're off to the beer garden just behind the circuit here, beyond in a place called Tiergarten. Which I've been told is a very, very nice place to have a party. But I'm not going to go down there before the end of this broadcast. I'm going to finish this broadcast and probably join them down at Tiergarten. But that was fantastic stuff indeed. Just to recap, Jay Chong there, the winner of the race. URT Red is our confirmed rookies team champion. So Encik Bob, ada apa-apa lagi nak ucapkan sebelum kita habiskan stream dan habiskan season pada malam ni?
Yeah. So malam ni adalah malam terakhir season 1. Alhamdulillah saya bersama dengan Galeri Impact dan juga Vertex Esports. Dan saya juga berada bersama season kedua bersama dengan Max Farmer, Karawalang, Abang Umar, Javier, Kelvin T dan ramai lagi, dan juga semua pelumba-pelumba kita. So hopefully kita berharap akan ada season yang ketiga. Sehingga berjumpa lagi. Terima kasih.
Itu dia. And for me, it's going to be the end of the season for not only just me, but all of us. And hopefully we will see you on future races at Adrenaline Impact and Vertex Esports. And stay tuned, because we might have some big announcements further along down the line. Maybe not in the next week or two, but definitely some exciting things happening in the future. But for now, all that remains for me is to do my usual. I'm going to thank XOX and 1XOX, who have put a lot of effort into supporting this championship. Without them, this would not have been possible. They've been supporting sim racing now all throughout 2021, and hopefully we'll be able to continue. It's been an absolute pleasure. Now, with our racing partners, TKKR, and our event partner, Macpie, doing all they can behind the scenes to make sure this broadcast is as nice as possible when it comes to all the background details there. The unsung heroes right there. Our supporters, Android King and Precision Sim Racing, absolutely fantastic from those guys, from Calvin Ha and Afizul Jai. A very, very special thank you from all of us here in the studio. And of course, our media partner, Galeri Kereta. I had the cap. Oh yes, I have the cap. Galeri Kereta. So a very special thanks to Galeri Kereta. I'm just modeling this on top of my head. They have a lot of fantastic merchandise, and it's all limited edition. So they're not making any more of these caps. They're not making more of those fantastic gold shirts. So do check them out on Shopee and also on their social medias. You can check them on all the popular social medias. They cover all the hottest sort of car culture events and motorsports events out there, and they have a fantastic series, as you know, called GK Dunia Virtual Racing. So do check them out. And of course, Vertex Esports, as you see, there's a new name up there. Don't worry, new faces, but still, new name, but still the same faces behind the cameras there. That's our esports brand that's coming up through there. Sort of separate but equal with Adrenaline Impact. There's a lot of crossover through there. So special thanks from us to Kelvin T and Javier Alvarez of Vertex Esports for helping out on the stream a lot. And of course, thanks to everyone here at Adrenaline Impact for making my life at least that much easier during the course of these broadcasts. We've had a couple of hairy moments throughout the course of the season, but it's been an absolute pleasure. And of course, special thanks to all the drivers out there. Without you guys, we would not have the product we have to show to the fans at home. It's been brilliant watching you guys race. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And of course, a very, very special thank you to the most important people out there, and that is you, the viewers, the fans that made this series work. Without you guys, we would not be able to pull this off. We owe it all to you. So a very, very special thank you. But for now, that's going to be it from myself, Max Palmer, from Inchet Bob, from Kara Alang in the studio, Umar Aziz, from Vertex Esports, Javier Alvarez and Kelvin T, Michael Hafiz, and also for all of the guys who have been involved in the studio. It's not quite over for us yet. We do have the awards ceremony on Monday. Stay tuned to Facebook for announcements on that. But Monday night's going to be quite a special moment as well. But like I said, special thanks again to Afizul Jai, to Calvin Ha, and to Arisham there, Boss Bobby from XOX, and to all the guys who made this work. It's been absolutely brilliant, and from all of us here in the studio, it's a very, very good night. Bye for now. Ta-ra!
Hai guys, saya Jai Android King, professional drifter, racer dan sim racer. Kalau korang mencari racing simulator, datanglah ke Android King. Kita ada Trustmaster T300 steering, Logitech G29, Simagic wheelbase, Super Street racing rig, triple monitor setup dan macam-macam lagi produk. Saya ingin menjemput anda datang ke Android King, nanti saya bagi harga baiknya.